Hello, my name is Marvin and I'm with Alpine Cols. Welcome to our video presenting the climb to the Col de Romme, the third of 4 climbs on the 2018 Etape du Tour. The Col de Romme has only been used once before in the Tour de France, in 2009. It is well known to the locals, however, as one of the toughest climbs in the Alps, relatively short but steep, like all 4 of the climbs on this etape. It is just over 9 kilometers long, with an average gradient of almost 9% and most of it around 10 to 11%. On the etape, the start of this climb comes at kilometer 132, after climbing the Coiffry, the Plateau de Glières and the Col de Fleury, followed by 20 kilometers of false flat around the mountains and up the valley. The more powerful riders will be tempted to put the hammer down on the flat section, but if you overdo it, you're in for a nasty shock. When you reach the Romme, the road goes very abruptly from a slight descent to over 11%. A lot of people are going to find this tough. I expect many to suffer from cramps here as tired, dehydrated muscles refuse to respond. So here are a couple of tips. Firstly, make sure you eat and drink plenty, during the whole ride of course, but especially after the descent from the Plateau de Glières. You should drink at least 1 full bottle per hour, more if it's hot, and take on at least 60 grams of carbs per hour from a mix of energy drink, gels and solid food. Secondly, spin your legs. The higher the cadence, the lower the force, and the less likely you are to provoke cramps. On the flat section you should aim at a minimum of 90 RPM. On the climb your cadence will be limited by your gears, but it should be as high as possible, preferably at least 70 or 75 RPM. Thirdly, and most importantly, don't hit the climb too hard. Settle into a steady endurance rhythm at a sustainable pace right from the start. Well, we're almost at the top, and the view is fantastic. When you see the cross, it's just about over. There's a slight descent through the village, then a sharp left-hand bend, and a final steep little kicker before the real descent begins. The first part of the descent is almost flat as you ride around a bowl. You can see all the way across to the Colombière, which is that little notch on the left, only 300 meters higher, but there's a long way to go down first before climbing back up. The descent is very fast and quite tricky. The bends are irregular and some of them tighten up unexpectedly, so you must concentrate hard. You will be tired by now, so it's easy to lose concentration and make mistakes. We focus a lot on descending techniques during our Alpine Cols training camps. Where climbing is essentially physical with some technique, descending is almost all technique. Improving your skills gives you a lot of free speed and could easily save you 10 or 15 minutes during the etape, as well as making you a great deal safer. The key tips are: get down low in the drops, brake hard before the corner, 70% with the front brake and 30% with the back brake, and then let go of at least the front brake, preferably both brakes. Look where you want to go, as far around the corner as possible. As you go round the corner, lean the bike over and push down hard on your outside leg and inside arm. This keeps the bike really stable. Just like skiing, it takes a lot of practice to get right, and you can only do this in the mountains. There's now a long straight as you come into Reposoir, the village where you start the final climb to the Colombière. If you are short of water, you should stop here to fill your bottle. There's another 7.5 kilometers to go to the summit. I'll show you the climb to the Colombière in the next video, but in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're interested in coaching for performance or joining one of our Alpine Cols training camps, do get in touch via our website or by email info@alpinecols.com. As always, ride safe, see you on the road.